It's a very dramatic opening, isn't it, for you people?
It's very.
Yes.
I know. Here we are all. Look at all these people in front of us. It's incredible. Move back. Can everyone just move back? Thank you so much. Look at this. We are here. I don't know if I am the rose between the two thorns or whether I am the thorn between the two roses. Have we got a really exciting little bit of a gathering for us here today? You might notice that I've got Kerry next to me here. Kerry, the founder of the Institute for Learning Professionals and Asia Pacific, and we're going to get into the name title because I'm so confused with name titles. And of course, I'm glad to be my presence with you, Nicole Grundy. Welcome.
Good morning, thank you.
Well, good morning. This is so exciting. And for the people who are watching this, who have done this and been with me before, you will have noticed that I'm going to do no hands, and I have a producer here today, but he needs to put his hand out in front. There he is. I have a producer. Dan, you're going to be hiding in the corner there. So if there are any mistakes, we can all just go, Dan. Say hi, Dan, nice and loud.
Hi.
Okay. just to show there's been 4 people here. Now, as I said, and I put it out on LinkedIn and let everyone know that we have got some exciting news here today, and I think the exciting news is going to be something that I would like for Kerry to explain what we're actually doing. But before we do all this, Kerry, how did you and I first meet? And I'm talking like way back in the old Australian Institute of Management days.
It's a long time ago. Actually, I work it out on my daughter's age because she was 2 when I was at AIM, so that was 23 years ago.
Okay, so 23 years ago, do you remember how you asked me to come and do something for you? It was something that you asked me, I think it was you and Troy McGilvery, and said, why don't you come to the Australian Institute of Management because we can see the brilliance in you? Or you were desperate?
I don't really recall that,
No,
Gerald,
I don't either.
but yes, I was the education manager at AIM for a couple of years, managing all the facilitators, which led me into ILP. But yeah, you sort of came along, and I think we had somebody that didn't turn up one day, and you're on the list, and I rang and said, can you help out? And you rocked up and saved the day.
Hey, but before that, I remember you embarrassed me. You did. You and Troy embarrassed me. They got me to do a little presentation in front of the 2 of you. I had to sit there and do something on time management. And I went, time management is very important. So hopefully Brett's listening to this, so he can turn up to one of my time management. So that was how that happened.
No, we won't go about the effective people skills.
That's right. And I did something with effective people skills, and for those people who know the Australian Institute of Management, they had a really good buffet section downstairs where you could go for breakfast and lunch. It was beautiful. Sorry?
And the scones.
And the scones. And it was, I think it was the day that you asked me to do effective people skills because somebody hadn't turned up, and I've gone downstairs, and what did I do?
You stood on the stairs and did something very inappropriate.
Very inappropriate.
Like there's sort of probably about 70 people in the room because there's multiple courses running.
Yeah.
So Gerald stands at the top of the stairs and goes, and anyone here when you hate the people skills course? And I just died.
You died, yeah.
Just very inappropriate, but that was 23 years ago, people. So I just want to clarify
Nothing's
that.
changed though. But didn't they, when they've walked into the workshop and I carried it on for the full 2 days? No, it didn't. No, just come on, we're all joking. They kind of all relaxed. So that was the days of AIM, and we did that for, I don't know how many years we did that, but then you went and moved away from AIM, the education manager, and you moved where? Where did you go to then after
I went
that?
to Video Candles as the National L&D Manager.
Does anyone know what BDO stands for?
I don't even know what it stands for. It's the name of the 3 original partners.
Yes, so somebody will find out for us. And if you're here and you would like to join us, make sure that you can join us. You can just simply add in a text if you like, and you can put your little symbols up there. So tell me a little bit about what was it like at BDO? What happened there?
It was great. It was sort of, they did a lot of technical training, tax and audit and all of that. So they wanted to learn a little bit more soft skills for the accountants. And I just must say, the people at BDO were just amazing to work with. So Tony Shipman, who was the managing partner, really open to the training sort of side of it. So yeah, so I got so much support there, and I loved it.
You did that for how many years?
I did that for about 3.5. Yeah.
So something happened after you finished with BDO. You were starting something called learning on the
Not close.
no
Well, it was sort
learning
of,
pathways.
Oh,
You started something called the learning pathways.
Gosh, you've got a good memory.
I've got a great memory. So learning pathways. Not really. Learning Pathways that started where what was the idea?
The idea was to get a collection of trainers and facilitators that would sort of cover all aspects of training so that we could sort of work together and collaborate, so we could refer work to each other, and we just had that good base if there was a tender or anything that was available. So. Yeah. And we used to meet regularly, and it was a lot of fun. So.
There was, a lot of fun and a lot of wine drinking is what I remember about that little group there. So lots of good memories there, absolutely. Then you finished with BDO. Kind of. We were doing Learning Pathways, and then we met in the city.
I was still at BDO, and
You said, "Come on down, Gerald."
And we're having a wine, so there's a common theme there.
There is a common theme.
And I was sort of talking about my dream that I had, which was to start an association. Basically, when I was at AIM, I noticed that a lot of people just did the Cert 4 and didn't continue on with any professional development, and then that was the only chance to mix. So I sort of kept saying to Gerald, one of these days I'd really like to start something where I can do that continual development, but also allow people to connect. And you got cranky with me.
I got cranky because I think after many months, and like there was a year must have gone past, and you kept saying, I wanna, and I think after my third wine, what did I say?
You said, shut up and do it.
I said something like that. I think I was a little bit more polite. I think I said something like,
you're pretty brutal.
No, I said, I think it's about time we get this going. Like, otherwise I'm not going to be your friend anymore. Something like that. And we're still friends.
Still around.
It's still around. So that was the beginning of, and that was called the Australian Institute of Professional Facilitators, AIPF.
Yep.
That was the original name that it started. So then it went from AIPF, how many years ago?
Oh gosh, probably about 10, 11 years ago. Yeah. We decided because the facilitators, because it was primarily learning, we were getting a lot of group facilitators, and I wanted to really sort of make it clear that we were supporting learning and development professionals.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that was the idea, was that you wanted to support all the learners, and you wanted to build this wonderful little organisation where people could go to a one-stop shop where there was what? So what was the whole idea of that one-stop shop?
It was just creating networking and professional development opportunities, also a lot of benefits. So shortly after I started AIPF, we then decided, I went after negotiating an insurance benefit, because I knew that was an issue when I was at AIM negotiating contracts. And then we had, in the early days, we had travel on a whole range of different things, but it was then we were sort of trying to set the standards and other programs as well. Yeah.
So let's move now to current day. So we're in current day, and opposite me here I have, look at you, colour coordinated people.
We did.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and do you also drink the same type of tea? I noticed. Yes, you don't drink Earl Grey because that's for old people.
Apparently,
something like that. So now let's get into the nuts and bolts. How did you two meet? How did that little association happen?
Oh, well, we met at the ILP gala dinner. It was the first time that I met Nicole, and we sort of stayed in touch after that. And
So when was the gala dinner? Just so we can get.
Sorry, when?
Yeah, when was that gala
In
dinner?
March, down at the Star Casino. Oh, no, not the casino, I should say, the Star
Resort.
Right,
just at the Star. Okay, and you're, of course, then you've met Kerry and you went, ooh, I'm impressed with this lady.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. It's only been a few months and we hit it off really quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what happened after that? So, of course, you hit it off. Walk me through the conversation that you would have had that would have turned into why we're sitting here today to expose the news.
So Kerry and I had kept in touch since then. I had been working in various roles, and Kerry and I had a conversation a few months ago, and she asked me to come and just be part of ILP and sit on the lounge meetings on Fridays, which I thoroughly enjoy. So that's really the recent events.
Some comments are coming in here too, and I might just bring some of them up. We've got something here that, who is, oh, look at all these little things coming up here. AIPF brings back some memories, can never forget the nags. What are the nags? What's the nag?
The NAGs, and Lucy was one of the original NAGs, the National Advisory Group. And I'm not really good at picking acronyms because I think we also had the RATS, Regional Advisory.
Oh, the nags and the rats. Yeah. Oh, they sound like good names. I don't mind those names. And so, of course, now we've got the two of you sitting here. So, talk to me about, you've now done this whole introduction. You've met each other. You like who you both are, and then, because this always confuses me, is that how do you get into the conversation, which is, I want what you got. I want that. I want what you have. I don't know. Talk to me. I don't know how this happened because I'm not privy to it. Even though I'm part founder, I was not privy to any of this. How did all this happen?
Oh, it was sort of one of those ones. I think after the conference, I was a bit sort of stressed because it was a stressful time and I wasn't well. And I think the idea was floated about what was I planning to do in the future. And I sort of said, look, I never really looked that far ahead. I'm sort of so focused here. So, yeah, Nicole sort of just approached me and just sort of said, would you think about moving on?
It wasn't
That's classic.
And as she did it, she shocked me.
She didn't say that. Come on, we all know. We're all sitting here going, that's not how it happened. Somebody comes up next to you and says, would you think about just shoving yourself to the left hand side?
You're getting a little bit old in the tooth. You've been around long enough.
Come on,
I think
what were
it's
the right
time.
words? It would have been, come on. What was,
So the feel at the awards dinner in March, it was March, I think, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
An amazing feel, and just being part of that whole community and getting to see how happy and engaged everyone was at that dinner. I know I walked away that night going, wow, this is amazing. So much bigger than I thought it was initially when I was invited to the dinner. But no, it wasn't like that.
No.
I think timing is everything, and I just think it was a point in time where Kerry probably wasn't thinking about it. The conversation was had, and Kerry's like, yeah, the timing's right, let's do it. I think values too is important, and Kerry has said on a few occasions she feels that my values do align to hers and also the company. So yes,
Yeah,
so timing and just...
It's something I've been thinking about for a while. When I'm ready, how will I sort of remove myself from ILP? And it's sort of like, it's always, I could never answer the question.
Yeah.
It was sort of one of those ones where I think, yeah, one day and something will happen.
Yeah.
And it did. And it was probably, as I said, it was the right time, right place, right person that sort of stepped up and said, would you consider this as an opportunity?
And it's great when that happens. So, of course, would you consider this as an opportunity? So your heart rate would be going at 110 knots. You'd be doing this. And you'd be thinking, it's my baby.
It is. Yeah,
Oh, really, it is.
Really
It's-
mixed emotions.
Yes.
Like, I think I actually rang, Lucy was one of the first people I rang and said, what do I do? And,
Yeah.
she and the feedback's been really great. They said, Kerry, you've done an amazing job. You've worked really hard. You deserve this, and it's your time now.
I've just got a comment up here from a person called Pub Test, and he writes this. He says, succession planning is important for all companies.
Yes.
But was this a succession? Did you have this in plan?
It was sort of in the back of my mind
Yeah.
that one day it would do, but I sort of hadn't really thought, as I said, the right person to do it, and Nicole appeared. So it was, I had been thinking about it, but I hadn't really taken any steps to do it. But what I was trying to do was sort of get all the systems and everything in place. So I was sort of actually removing myself from the business, so it would run automatically. So that's what I was planning.
And after 16 years, you finally got them in place.
Finally. Yes, I know. I'll hand it over to Nicole in a platter.
It's all done after 16
After all the
years. You went
stress.
through all the blood, sweat and tears of all that. Let's turn the focus now over to Nicole. Who are you? Like, who the hell are you? No, who are you? Who were you before March meeting Kerry? So you've turned up at a conference. You thought, this is great. I'm at the casino. Kerry's had a
Ask
few
Kerry
wines.
to leave the building.
Ask Kerry to leave the building. I want what you have. So talk to me a little bit about your background and your history.
Yeah, sure. So my background's been in education for over 25 years. So I've worked in various companies, big ones, small ones, worked in different departments, so human resources, L&D, and most recently in executive roles, so CEO positions. So as I said, when I walked into the ILP dinner, you've got membership, you've got education, you've got PD, so it was just amazing. So my background obviously has a lot of different skills and knowledge and experience with the 25 years that I've had in education.
But what attracts you to something like this? So I know you can look at an organisation and you just go, wow, this is great. You're not buying a petrol station where you know that you're buying petrol. You're buying all the other little things, that go along. That was a bad analogy. I don't know why I said that. Just scrap that. But what attracted you to this, which made it so you think, I can work with this. I can do something with this.
It's a very good question. So as I said before, when I turned up to that dinner, it was just an amazing feel. Like there was people that were coming up to me like I had known for 10, 15 years. So that community feel, absolutely. And also the potential that ILP has. Kerry's been running it by herself for the last 16 plus years. So there's a lot of potential, there's a lot of opportunity, and being able to do that with Kerry, the founder, who's obviously leaving, a major legacy moving forward. There's so much opportunity, so many exciting things to happen in the near future.
I think one of the questions that I think people might want to ask, and if you have any questions that you would like to ask either Kerry or Nicole, please just whack that in the chat, and I'll throw that up, and you can answer those questions. They might be tough. They might ask you what sort of shampoo you use. I don't know. They could ask you anything. You don't know this group here. So if you now think about the opportunity that you're going to go into, what role? Well, I think we should probably announce when does it all happen. When does the takeover happen? When does the handing over of the baton happen?
Today.
1st of August, horse's birthday.
Whose birthday?
The horse's birthday.
There you go.
Did you just learn something new?
Yes.
Did you know that, Dan? Oh, see, Dan, my producer, I can say that out loud. My producer, he's trying not to say anything. Horse's birthday. So the official takeover is to take over. Lay down your weapons. We are taking over everything. Happens today, so it's officially happened as of midnight tonight. So talk to me. What now happens with Kerry? What happens?
You just said she was going out the door.
Well, you said that. What's now happening? What's going to happen? What's the relationship like?
So Kerry's going to stay in the business for the next 1 to 5 years plus, as long as I can keep Kerry in the business. So Kerry's going to work on projects that she's wanted to start for the last couple of years that just hasn't been able to do them. But two forces together obviously move a lot of those projects forward. So there's a lot of exciting things that are going to happen. I believe Kerry's going on holidays at the end of the year, taking a break maybe. Well-deserved break.
Yep.
And then, continue. So Kerry's obviously got a lot of experience and had done an amazing job, and I just want to say that with the company, Kerry, you've done an amazing job. And as I keep on going back to the feel that I get, everyone just loves you. So well done, and I am very privileged to take over the role as CEO and just be able to work with you in the next couple of months. We're getting all tissues out now.
I've never bought tissues in my life, but Dan,
what was setting me off was Ian Crowhurst's comment there. So I just sort of read that.
What was Ian? Can you read his comment? Where is it? This one up here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at what Ian had written. He said, I joined the ILP primarily through Kerry's leadership. I've been thrilled to be part of the community. Mm-hmm. That is good. And also, I think Adam Legood wrote this also. The community feel is what drew me and keeps me at ILP. Lovely. Mm-hmm. They're all lovely things, and I think that's what makes it, isn't it?
It's a lovely community.
It's a great little community that happens. Mm-hmm. So Kerry's going to be, you said 5 years?
As long as Kerry wants to hang around. I'm not going to close her out. I'm not going to put her out the door, no.
You're not shoving me.
But I thought you just bought a caravan or something and you just want to start going, moving.
We do. We'll have little explorations, but I'll be around. It's still my baby, and I want to make sure that Nicole's comfortable, and when the time's right, I'll disappear into the sunset with Jeff.
So I guess some of the questions that I would have, knowing what it would be like in handing something over, as a member myself, what happens to the memberships and what happens with all the members? Will it? I mean, it still will feel the same. I'm guessing it just has a new hat that's on. So I'm thinking, what's going to happen with the members? But the second question is, what is something exciting that you can maybe, I don't know, give us a little bit of a tease
about.
Yeah.
So the membership will stay the same over the next, however long it's going to take for us to start putting some projects in place. It's only going to add that extra value to the membership. But my question to everyone out there is, what do you want to see in the membership? So I've got a lot of ideas. Kerry and I have spoken about various ideas. I'm going to, over the next couple of months, come out and start to meet members. I know that I have started to. We do that on the Friday Lounge, and I'm starting to get to know some, but obviously there's 4,000 out there.
Yeah.
So nothing will change as it is today. It will just only enhance on top of what we're doing, and just adding extra value to the membership. So, PD, more training. We're also looking at doing mini hubs, so creating or, expanding that footprint domestically and doing more face-to-face networking and getting the members involved. We're looking at Asia Pacific at the moment, so there's some really exciting things happening in other countries. Just exciting things. So, and it could change weekly, depending on all the members want to come back and suggest, but I'm open to whatever feedback everybody has and what you want to see out there as a member. And my email address is on the screen, so feel free to email me, and I'm sure I'll get lots of emails this afternoon.
I'm just reading what Leah's written up here. I think, Dan, if you can flick over to the three of us on the screen. That one there, yeah. Leah just wrote here, I respect Kerry's professionalism and kindness. Kerry is the only person who always responds to emails. Few leaders have this combination. So that's really important. I think is always keeping, and like you said, which is what I really like, is that you want to get out and maybe start meeting. Are you saying like in groups of people through Zooms, or are you saying I'm going to be knocking on people's doors because some are in, like if this is Asia Pacific, there's going to be someone in Thailand.
Trouble.
Well, be doing some trouble.
The first stage, I'm going to say domestically.
Yeah.
So, face to face, absolutely. Like leading up to Christmas, I know that we're talking about some events that we're going to do face to face so the members can actually meet me over the next couple of months. So, face to face, absolutely.
Yeah. And so the next couple of weeks, talking about the next couple, because the handover happens today.
Yep.
You're obviously going to go out and we're going to have lunches and coffees and we're going to drink lots of
Wines,
We're going to be crying and doing all that. So what happens now in the next 7 days, 14 days, really short-term sort of stuff? What's happening there?
So, really a handover. So Kerry and I are sitting together on a lot of days over the next couple of weeks and just going over, because obviously Kerry's got a lot of knowledge that she's going to be handing over to me. So just so that I understand the business as well as Kerry does. So it's a handover process over the next couple of weeks, and then the next month or two reaching out to the members directly and just start inviting people to forums, to face-to-face meetings, and opening up just for conversation.
That's great. Don't forget, everyone, if you have any questions that you would like to ask either Nicole or Kerry, please just throw that in the chat. I'll bring it up. We'll be able to answer those questions. But while we're waiting for some of the questions to come through, Kerry, do you have any questions that you would like to ask the members? Like, I know we've just had Nicole say, if the members want to ask any questions or give us any thoughts, is there anything that you would like to ask them as a sign of appreciation to invite our incoming CEO? Is there anything that you want to ask them?
Probably not ask them. I just wanted to say thank you to all of our members. That's the reason that kept me going. The support, the community, the collaboration, all of that. So I really appreciate it. And I guess, meeting Nicole, I think she's going to do an amazing job. So it's sort of just a matter to, embrace, and she'll take ILP to the next level. So no, I don't really have any questions for the members, but yeah.
I might just ask of one thing. Somebody just wrote up there earlier on about there's a bit of echo. Can you grab your little mic there, because it's pointing downwards, and if you can put it onto the collar up here. Look at this. We're all up on this one here. Yeah, that one there. That's it. And just put it there, so it faces you. That's better. Yeah, pull it back. Oh no, face. That's it.
Is that better?
I don't know. If it still echoes, it's because I don't know. I'm not a producer. It's Dan's fault. Dan's here to do anything. So you just want them to support. I think that's the best thing. Support,
get involved, because we have a fantastic community in the L&D Lounge. We've formed some really good connections with our members. So it's becoming engaged. There's a lot of members that are sitting on the outskirts and sort of, but just get involved, because the more you get involved, the more opportunities there are, the more Nicole will get to know you. So if anybody's looking for a facilitator, she can sort of then recommend you. Because there are so many members. It's if the more she knows you, the easier it'll be for her.
Yeah.
So I'm just sort of get engaged, get involved. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more opportunities to do that. So,
Are you going to do anything exciting? Like, I know it's really hard when you take over an organisation, a company, or you become a manager of a new place. You want to stamp your little, I'm going to put my stamp on this, and this is what we're going to do. Are you going to change the logo? No, there's no changing of the logo. Okay, because some people are like, there's a guy who bought Twitter, I think, and now he's called it X. So we saw
weird.
that.
Very weird.
Very weird. It's just been called X. I reckon he should have 4 X's.
Yes.
Yeah,
nothing weird like that.
So we're not going to be changing logos, colour schemes.
No,
it's just going to remain the same. So it's just like
I like it just the way it is.
Wow.
No, it's a good logo, I think, and everyone knows the ILP logo. I think it has had some branding and colour and name changing recently, or over the last few years. So I don't think that needs to happen moving forward. So no.
We've got a great question here. Ian Crowhurst has written question. What are your initial thoughts in how you might grow memberships to the largest HR professional body in Australia and across Asia Pacific? Ooh, I'll leave that to someone. I can't answer that.
It's a very good question.
It's a good one. Who would like to answer that? So it's a great question there. It's a great question. What are your initial thoughts in how you might grow the membership to be the largest HR professional body?
Outside of Australia? So, we're already, as I alluded to before, we're actually working on that. So we do have somebody that's working in the business that's reaching out to a lot of the countries overseas. We have a couple that are in the process of signing agreements and moving forward. So watch this space, maybe 12 months we might be.
Cool, I love that. I love that. And I've got this one here from Teresa. It says, Nicole mentioned the summit and gala dinner in March of this year. Will they continue in 2024?
So yes, they will. Definitely. So Kerry has been planning for those, and we're scheduled to do that next year sometime, aren't we? So October?
September, October.
Yeah. So absolutely, yes.
Yeah, and the other thing that Nicole was having a look at, jumping in, is L&D week. Because I know there's a HR week, and we want to sort of launch an L&D week, focusing on professional development as well. So that's very exciting. We've spoken to a few members about that. So.
Yeah. And the packages that we've got at the moment, or what's happening in that space, are there going to be any tweaks in that? You're going to add more in? I mean, obviously for things to grow, we're going to have to get more and more services and products in there. Anything on the horizon that's coming up?
Yeah, well, Kerry's recently reviewed some of the membership packaging, but yes, absolutely. So we're talking about, adding on additional short courses. So yeah, absolutely. That's what you'll see. I referred to before about adding value to the membership. So over the next 12 months, you'll absolutely see, an increase to what that membership holds for each different level. Yeah.
And what sort of team will you have? I mean, it's not just going to be you. Like, it can't be just you and you're going to go home now tonight and go, right, who's in your team? Have we got is there an announcement? Will there be an announcement about who the team is, who's going to be involved? I mean, what's going to happen to all the nags and the rats and whatever you call them? What's going to happen to all those people?
Well, my team's Kerry, so Kerry's obviously going to be working very closely with me. We have Adam as our general manager, so Adam will obviously be still here, and we've got Hadis, and we've got people that are still working with the organisation, and how we go and how we grow. Absolutely, the more people that we can get into the business to help grow it as it grows, open to that. So
I loved it how you said, and Adam's going to be the general and Adam's been sitting on here going, what about me? What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to me? And all of a sudden you've said, and Adam will still be our general manager, and now Adam's just gone, I don't have to drink anymore. So it's all calm, it's all good. So the rest of the team that you have at the moment will just be like transferred over, and it's just business as usual. Because always when there's going to be some merger, something happens, what happens is, if we were to get Qantas and Alliance and they were to come together, Qantas would get rid of a few people, Alliance would attract more people. But here, you're going to grow.
Yes.
It's not like you're going to get rid of people. We want more. So if there's a member out there saying, I've always wanted to implement something with Kerry, and I just haven't felt the time is right. Now's the time. Now it's right. What do they do? What's the sort of information that they have in their head? Where do they go?
Yeah, absolutely. Email me, call me. Over the next a couple of days, I'll send an email out to everybody, so the 4,000 members, with my mobile number and my email address. So I'll be contactable. So please email me, please ring me, and float any ideas that you have. Absolutely.
Flirt any ideas?
Float. Yeah.
Float, sorry. My hearing's not the best. I've just got a message here from Adam who had said, he said, I'm not that insecure, GP. Okay, you're gone. You're gone. I'm going to be the new general manager to take over. And you've heard it first here. All right, let's Leah just asked this one here. When something works, keep doing what you are doing. And I think that's the message that you have, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Are there any other messages that you want to, who've been on here now for, what is it? Look, it's 10:30, half an hour on here. This is great. Is there anything else that you need to, we forgot to say this, or we should have said this? Is there anything else that we're missing?
I just want to say again, congratulations, Kerry, for doing such an amazing job. And I'm very excited about what's going to happen in the near future, the next chapter. So watch this space.
I'm loving all that. Watch this, Kerry. Final departing words. Come on, this is your opportunity now. This is now going to be captured. It's going to be captured. We're going to give the full screen to yourself, producer. There we go. We're going to give you the full screen to yourself. You can look into the camera if you like, and you can address the people, and you can say something that you have been practicing for the last month.
I wish I had. I just want to say the last 16 years have been, I feel so blessed. I have met so many amazing people. I've been able to implement a whole range of things. I believe I am leaving the industry in a better position with our certifications, our Cert 4. And it's been absolutely a pleasure working with the team, but yeah, I have met some amazing people and I'm so grateful, and I know this industry has got so much more to provide. I know I'm leaving it in capable hands. I know Nicole will do an amazing job, and I will still be around. Like as Gerald said before, ILP will always be my baby. And I'm looking forward to taking it to the next step in the chapter and still staying in touch with everybody. So just thank you.
Thank you. I think that's so beautiful. I think, and me being a part of this for the last, like you say, 16, I've known you for 23 years. Gosh, that's a long time, hey? And I think for me, having you by my side and I didn't do much within the ILP. I was just kind of like there, and I was the shoulder. Yeah. So I was just the shoulder for you, and we did some silly stuff together, which was great. And I'm looking forward to continuing the relationship with Nicole, if I'm allowed to come on board
absolutely.
And say hi. Here's my cup of tea. Do I get to have a cup
Anytime.
of tea? Look, a couple of last notes here. Adam just wrote up here, Kerry, all the best for what lies ahead. Nicole, great to have you on board. Are we going on a ship?
Thank you, Adam.
Indeed.
Yeah. And then Dee Backman Hall, Dee, how are you, Dee? It's been a while. All the success in the world, Nicole, and it's great to have all that. And Ian Crowhurst had written exciting times ahead, and I think it is. It's all exciting times, and I'm loving the future of learning. I think learning is such an important thing. I think the future of learning is where it needs to be, with so many changes and AI. Who knows? The next time I'm sitting here, I'll be an AI, you'll be an AI, you'll be an AI, and my producer will. We need an AI for that person. So thank you so much for coming here today. We're going to go out and have a bit of a celebratory drink, I think. And I think it's going to be very exciting. So thanks, everyone. Thanks again.
Thank you,
and we will see you on the other side of the Institute. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.